Old Bateman kept a chip shop, and his daughter Peggy Sue, she cleaned the fish and took the orders, and she chopped the tatties too. And the fryer there was Billy Smith, he sweated and he sang, as the orders sizzled in the oil and bubbled in the pans. Old Bateman took the money, and his daughter Peggy Sue, she'd look up from her labors and smile along the queue. And was it Bateman's prices, or was it Billy's songs, or was it Peggy's smile that kept that queue so long? It was 1 in a million. 1 in a million, that Chippy was 1 in a million. Now it wasn't Bateman's prices, and it wasn't Billy's songs, but it was Peggy Bateman that kept the queue so long. 'Cause she was shapely as a mermaid, and her lips were red and wet, and her eyes just shone like herrings flashing in the nets. And to carry home a portion and unwrap its fishy charms was to dream of nights of passion in lovely Peggy's arms. And Billy'd sing Delilah, he'd sing Oh What a Night, and every song that Billy sang had Peggy in its sights. And she was 1 in a million. 1 in a million, that girl was 1 in a million. Now Billy, he's loved Peggy with a love both shy and cruel, ever since old Bateman took him on the day that he left school. And he tells her how he loves her in every song he sings, but as the batter bubbles, oh, he never says a thing. But every week, a $5 into a drawer he drops. Every week for 8 long years now, and then it's off to the jeweler's shop. Give me that ring there in the window on the purple velvet stand, with diamonds and with sapphires, the one that cost $2 grand. It was 1 in a million. 1 in a million, that ring was 1 in a million. After closing time that evening, he walks her down beside the quay. Oh, and as the sun was sinking, says, Peggy, marry me. And he pulls it from his pocket and says, I bought this ring for you. And she says, Billy, this is sudden. Oh, I never had a clue. And she says, Bill, I hardly know you, so stop before you start. Never fool around with plastic in matters of the heart. You try to win me with this thing here, you probably won in some arcade. And she tore it from his fingers and flung it in the waves. 1 in a million. 1 in a million. His love for her was 1 in a million. Billy turned away then, and she took him by the arm. And she says, Billy, love, I'm sorry, I never meant no harm. And 'cause you're kindly and you're comforting, and I love it when you sing. But in all the years I've known you, oh, you've never said a thing. But I've got this dream of solid gold, none of this gilded tin. 5 pounds a week on the lottery, and one day soon I'll win. Oh, and I'll be shot of this old town and greasy fish and chips. She kissed him once and walked away, and his tears were on her lips. Dream on, Peggy, babe. Dream on, Peggy Sue. Of sunsets and of sports cars as you smile along the queue. Dream days to weeks and months to years in reveries of love. But for all of her dreaming, never once did her numbers come up. So as she was cleaning fish one day with a slip from tail to jaw, something slithered through her fingers and fell out on the floor. She took it to the sink then, and she washed this shining thing. Bright diamonds and bright sapphires sat in a golden ring. Yeah, one in a million. One in a million. The chances were what? 1 in a million. Oh, Billy, love, your rings come back, and underneath this light I can see it's made of purest gold, and the stones are shining bright. And Billy stood beside her with a smile like the sun, and he put it on her finger and said, Peggy Sue, you have won. Sell the ring and taste that freedom that you've dreamt of all these years. He kissed her then, and as they kissed, they could taste each other's tears. Billy, go back to your frying and sing me love is blue, 'cause you're kindly and you're comforting, and I'd rather stay with you. 1 in a million. 1 in a million. When the chips were down, yeah, it was 1 in a million.